Are you trying to figure out what starter pack to buy? I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before buying the Consolidated Outlands Mustang Alpha, and we're starting right now. Welcome to a Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. What's up, citizens? This is SubliminaL here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the Consolidated Outlands Mustang Alpha. And we'll compare those features amongst competing ships so you can make an informed buying decision. In this review, I'll cover a brief overview, take a short tour, compare stats, go over its default weapons and components, as well as my recommendations, review pros and cons, and finish up with my thoughts on the Mustang Alpha. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is SubliminaL and my passions are Star Citizen and content creation. Be sure to check out some of my other reviews in this series and consider subscribing. If you are new to Star Citizen, be sure to use my affiliate link in the description and on screen to get 5,000 Alpha UEC in the persistent universe. If you're a channel or Star Citizen veteran, stick around and give your feedback to help out the new players below, and consider sharing to whom this may help. Alright, let's get to it. The Mustang Alpha is the single-seat civilian spacecraft in the Mustang line of spacecrafts developed and sold by Consolidated Outlands. It was developed to the specifications of company founder and CEO Silas Coroner, who intended to offer radical competition to Roberts Space Industries' Aurora line of ships. Consolidated Outlands is a spaceship manufacturer that focuses on affordable, high-quality ships. They are mostly known for their Mustang starter ships. The Alpha is part of the Mustang series. The Beta, Gamma, Delta, Omega, and Alpha Vindicator are also available. All versions are flight ready, however, the Delta is not available for sale, and the Omega and Alpha Vindicator are limited edition variants that probably won't be sold again. The Mustang Alpha is currently flight ready. As of today, it is for sale and upgrade on the Pledge Store for $30, and is also available in the Mustang Alpha Starter Pack Game Package for $45 and Squadron 42 Combo for $65. It is available to purchase at Lorville's New Deal for around 250,000 Alpha UEC. It is also available to rent at Area 18's Traveler Rentals and Lorville's Vantage Rentals at the prices shown on screen. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the Consolidated Outlands Mustang Alpha. Let's take a quick tour. Right up front, you'll notice a rather large turret with two size 2 M4 laser autocannons. Next, you'll notice its cockpit has a pretty large pane of glass that is not obstructed by any struts. I think the Aurora can learn a thing or two about that. Under each wing, you'll notice two empty hardpoints. One of these can be used to place a size 1 or size 1 gimbaled weapon. The other is for a rocket pod that has not been added to the game yet. Around the rear, you have the rear main thrusters. Underneath, you have where the 4 SCU of cargo is stored. Looking at this angle, you can see the almost bird of prey style it has to it. Makes you wonder why they called it the Mustang. Let's climb inside. Let me just start by saying, in my opinion, this is the third best cockpit design in the verse. Up top on the dash, you'll notice the annunciator panels. It has 4 size 4 multifunction displays and a 2D radar. The Mustang has not yet received the Building Blocks UI update like some of the newer ships. It does have a pretty cool UI that transfers over to the Mobiglass. The Mustang does have an ejection feature. For comparison, I have selected 10 ships that are competitors or variants of the Mustang Alpha. I have also included some ships that you may want to upgrade to in the future. I have limited them to ships that are $75 or below, including the game package. The Google Sheet document with the data is linked in the description. The Mustang weighs in at over 33,000 kilograms and takes 5th place. It fits in at 22 meters in length and ties in 5th place. It totes 4 SCU and ties in 4th place. It has a max crew size of 1 as well as every other ship on this list. It carries 583 quantum fuel units, ties in last place with most of the ships on this list. Cruises by with an SCM speed of 191 meters per second and comes in 3rd. Whizzes by with a max speed of 1160 and takes 7th place. Steers in with a maximum yaw pitch rate of 70 degrees per second and comes in 6th. boasts a total HP of over 5,000 and ties in 4th place with the rest of the Mustang series. It shoots Ps with a default DPS of 458 and ties in 6th place with the Mustang Beta. No ships on this list have turrets, and the Mustang Alpha does not have missiles, so it ties in last place with the rest of the Mustang series. Now let's talk about its firepower. The Mustang Alpha has a proprietary Mustang nose turret with 2 size 2 hardpoints and 2 empty size 1 hardpoints on the wings. The nose has a pair of size 2 M4A laser autocannons. One M4A is size 2, does 183 damage, times 75 RPM for a total of 229 DPS and a 2300 meter range. The winged hardpoints come empty by default. We will get to my recommendations on those shortly. The Mustang does not have any missiles. However, it does have empty hardpoints for rocket pods that have not been added to the game yet. I personally prefer to use ballistic weapons, so I would swap out the M4As for Scorpion GT215s, as well as add 2 gimbal size 1 Yellow Jacket 210s to the empty hardpoints on the wings. I would fill these empty hardpoints as quickly as you can, and use the gimbal assist feature of the ship. As of this time of the recording, size 1 gimbals cannot be bought at any store in the verse. However, the soon-to-be released 3.9 patch will make them available in certain locations. Now for the components. The standard power plant on the Mustang Alpha is the size 1 grade 4 Zapjet with almost 1900 max power generation per second and a 11-second power uptime. I recommend upgrading the power plant to the best power generation. For the Mustang, this will be the Breton. The caveat to this would be a long power uptime, but this is a risk I'm willing to take, although you will be highly vulnerable to EMPs. But let's face it, you'll be vulnerable to a lot in this ship. For coolers, it comes with 2 size 1 grade 4 Winter Star coolers that provide 190,000 max cooling per second each and a 15-second power uptime. My recommendation for the coolers is to use a split combination, the cooler with the fastest cooling rate and the cooler with the shortest power uptime. This would be the Zero Rush and Ultra Flow, bringing the cooling rate to 678,000 and the power uptime to 3 seconds, taking the advantages of both. For shields, it has 2 size 1 grade 3 ink shield generators with 3400 capacity that regenerates 162 hit points per second. My recommendation for the shields is similar to the coolers. Apply the best regen rate for one cooler and the best capacity for the second cooler. For the Mustang, this would be the Palisade and Mirage. And last but not least, the QT drive it comes with is the size 1 grade 3 Rush Quantum drive with 159 megameter per second quantum speed, a 5-second spool up, and a 12-second cool down time. This QT drive almost has the range to get from Port Olisar to Microtech without having to stop and refuel, so it would be fine for your initial exploration in the verse. Once you've upgraded all the other components, I'd recommend upgrading to the Voyage. It is the fastest QT drive that can make the trip to Microtech from Port Olisar. If you don't have the 189,000 Alpha UEC to spend on all this at once, I would buy them in the following order. The DPS calculator over at Urkel.Games was exceptionally important in my recommendation for this review. After you watch the rest of this review, check out the link in the description. It will take you to this unique loadout that we have just discussed. Here you can find the prices and locations of where to find these items in the verse. I would say its pros are, it has cargo capacity, some ships don't. Its potential damage output with 2 size 2s and 2 size 1s is as much damage output as any light fighter. It should also be noted that its melt value is $5 more than that of its rival, the Aurora MR, but you still pay the same amount for the game package. So if you plan on upgrading this really soon, that could be very important. And it doesn't look like Jake from State Farm. So I'm thinking that its cons are, well, everything else. Its default DPS, hull HP, it's slow in every aspect of the word. Although just having capacity as a pro for SCU is pretty limited. It doesn't have missiles, no space for friends, no space for mission boxes, or a place to sleep. So what are my thoughts? The Mustang Alpha is a ship that just, well, it kinda sucks. It's okay in ship-to-ship combat if properly equipped, and if you plan on upgrading pretty soon, the extra $5 melt value is pretty important. But that's about all the good I can say about it. You will get outgunned, not make much money from trading, and you can't partake in missions that require you to carry boxes. But it's what gets you into what Star Citizen has to offer. While you are cutting your teeth in the verse, run some cargo, do some ship-to-ship and FPS combat missions. do some FPS mining, exploration, or whatever you want to do. Once you figure out your role in the verse, you can upgrade this ship to what will fill your needs. Now, if your budget can stretch, I would recommend taking a look at the Origin 300i or the Aegis Avenger Titan. They are just all around better ships for combat and exploring the verse. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and watch my review of their RSI Aurora MR by clicking the little I in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Also, please stay tuned for the Mustang vs Aurora ship battle that I will be releasing very soon. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours down in the comments. New citizens, please remember to use the referral code on screen and in the description. It helps out the channel and gives you 5,000 Alpha UEC to help you fill those 2 empty hard points. If you've enjoyed this review, please check out some of my other content. If you'd like, there are tons of ways to support the channel. Number 1, you can smash that like button. Number 2, you can share this content with someone who may enjoy it. Number 3, you can check out my locations of Stanton collection over at this plate. Number 4, you can subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the circle here. Number 5, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below. And number 6, if you're feeling generous, consider becoming a patron. Some of the pledge perks can be seen here. If not, your viewership is greatly appreciated. Until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.